In this part on medical entomology, we are going to discuss different vectors or different arthropods like black flies, tsetse flies, lice, fleas, sand flea, ticks, trombiculid mite, H mite, reduvid bugs, and cyclops. Let's first begin with black flies. Black fly belongs to the family Simulidae. Genus is Simulum, and most important Indian species is Simulum indicum. Black flies are blood-sucking flies. They are often black in color, small in size, and these are robust flies. They have short and stout legs, but they have large wings. In black flies, proboscis is small. Life cycle of black flies includes 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Egg stage. Eggs are laid down on submerged stones and water weeds or water plants. Larvae are aquatic, means they remain in water. They fix themselves to the stones or the plants. Larval stage remains for 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Larva develops into pupa and pupal stage remains for 1 to 3 weeks. Pupa develops into adult, and adult flies has flight range of about 100 miles. Black flies feed on human as well as on domestic animals. In this slide, you can see different life stages of black flies: eggs, larva, pupa, and adult. Black flies are major vector of onchocerciasis. Onchocerciasis, it is also known as river blindness. What is causative agent of onchocerciasis? Causative agent of onchocerciasis is Onchocerca volvulus. Onchocerciasis, it is seen in Africa, Mexico, Central America, and South America. Control of black flies. It is difficult to control adult black flies because they have flight range which is about 100 miles. Since adult flies are difficult to control, control measures should focus on the larval stages. For controlling larvae, we can use larvicides, and most effective larvicide is abate. Larvae are aquatic, so larvicide abate, it should be added to river water. How frequently we can add abate to river water? It should be added to river water weekly, and it should be added over a period of 10 minutes. For 1 liter of water, we can use 0.05 milligram to 0.1 milligram of abate. Let's proceed further and see another vector. It is tsetse fly. Tsetse flies are also known as glossini. These flies resembles to house flies, but tsetse flies are blood-sucking vectors. And for piercing the skin and for blood-sucking, they have proboscis. Tsetse flies are yellow or dark brown in color. Tsetse flies are about half an inch long. Tsetse flies have wings, and when these wings are folded, they overlap each other and it appears like blades of the scissors. Tsetse flies are found in African continent. Regions infested with tsetse flies are called as fly belts. Life history of tsetse fly. Life history of tsetse fly is somewhat abnormal. Females does not lay eggs, but they give birth to living larvae. A female tsetse fly gives birth to one larva at one time. A female gives birth to larvae at an interval of 10 days. Soon after the birth, the larva crawls away and it buries itself in the earth beneath the surface, usually at a depth of 1 inch. Just within few hours, larva develops into pupa. But pupal stage remains for 20 days to 40 days. Pupa develops into adult tsetse fly. Lifespan of adult tsetse fly is less than 100 days. In this slide, you can see different body parts of tsetse fly, and please note the wings are in folded state. Proboscis is short and rigid. Tsetse flies includes riverine species and savanna species. Riverine species inhabit the woodland vegetation near watercourses, whereas savanna species they live and breed in the woodland vegetation of savanna country. Riverine species includes Glossina palpalis and Glossina tachinoides. Savanna species includes Glossina morsitans and Glossina pallidips. In this slide, you can see images of riverine species, image of Glossina palpalis and image of Glossina tachinoides. Here you can see savanna species, image of Glossina morsitans and image of Glossina pallidips. Habits of tsetse flies. Tsetse flies attacks man, all kinds of wild game, birds, lizards and snakes. Riverine species feeds on man and savanna species feeds on wild game. Tsetse fly rarely enter house, but they follow travelers both by road and rail for considerable distance in order to obtain a blood meal. Both sexes require blood meal and hence both bites. Disease transmitted by tsetse flies includes trypanosomiasis. Trypanosomiasis is also called as sleeping sickness. This disease can affect man, domestic animals and wild game. In man, disease is known as human African trypanosomiasis. In domestic animals and wild game, disease is known as animal trypanosomiasis. Trypanosomiasis is caused by Trypanosoma brucei. There are two subspecies of Trypanosoma brucei which are involved in transmission of trypanosomiasis. These are Trypanosoma brucei gambians and Trypanosoma brucei rhodesians. Control of tsetse flies includes use of insecticides and clearing of vegetation. Insecticides used to control tsetse flies includes 25% DDT or 18 to 20% Deldrin. For application of insecticide in large areas, aircraft can be used. Clearing of vegetation where tsetse fly live and breed is one of the important control measures. Control measures further includes game destruction, that is, destruction of wild game. This control measure was used in the past and it is not used nowadays. Genetic control. Genetic control includes use of sterile male release technique. Recap. Black flies are important vectors of onchocerciasis and tsetse flies are important vectors of trypanosomiasis or sleeping sickness. Lice and diseases transmitted by lice. What are lice? Lice are small, wingless ectoparasites of mammals and birds. There are three different types of lice which can infest humans. These are known as head louse or Pediculus capitis, body louse or Pediculus corporis, or third type, it is pubic louse, crab louse, or it is also known as Thyrus pubis. Infestation with head louse is known as Pediculosis capitis. Infestation with body louse is known as Pediculosis corporis, or simply infestation with louse is known as pediculosis. In this slide, you can see head louse, body louse, and crab louse or pubic louse. Crab louse or pubic louse, it do not carry any disease agent and thus it is inert. In life history of louse, we can see three important stages: eggs or nits, next stage is larvae or nymphs, and finally it is adult louse. Whether these lice can disseminate from infested person to another person? Yes, they can disseminate by direct contact or by indirect contact. So whenever there is close contact with lousy person or infested person, lice can spread. And indirectly how they can spread? By sharing clothings, beddings, combs or hairbrushes used by lousy person. Louse is an important vector or important arthropod which can transmit certain disease agents. Now let's see, out of three types of lice what we discussed, it is only head louse and body louse can transmit certain disease agents. So let's see what are the diseases transmitted by lice. So it includes epidemic typhus, which is caused by Rickettsia prowazekii, relapsing fever caused by Borrelia recurrentis, trench fever caused by Rickettsia quintana, and it can cause dermatitis. Dermatitis, it mainly occurs due to scratching, which may lead to secondary infections. How we can control this vector lice? So we have two options. One is insecticidal control and second is personal hygiene. But both these control measures should be combined together. Now for insecticidal control of head lice and pubic lice, 0.5% malathion lotion can be used. For body lice, we can use 1% malathion powder or we can use carbaryl dust. At the community level, mass delousing of large number of people can be done. Now what personal hygiene includes? It includes daily bath with soap and water, washing of clothes, towels, bed sheets of infested person with hot water and soap, and the clothes should be used only after pressing it with hot iron. Fleas are small, wingless, blood-sucking ectoparasites of mammals and birds. These insects have hard chitinous exoskeleton. This exoskeleton it is covered with short bristles. Types of fleas. In India, we can find 37 species of fleas. Out of these species, there are few fleas which are of public health importance. It includes Oriental rat fleas, temperate zone rat fleas, human fleas, dog and cat fleas, sand fleas. Sand fleas are also known as jigger or chigo fleas. It's oriental rat flea in this image. There are three important species. It includes Xenopsilla chiopsis, Xenopsilla astia, and Xenopsilla brasiliensis. Temperate zone rat flea. In this image, you can find important species of temperate zone rat flea. It is Nosopsilla fasciatus. It is rarely found in India. Human fleas, it's Pulex irritans. It has wide host range. Along with man, it also infests rats, cats, dogs, pigs, and foxes. Dog fleas and cat fleas. Dog flea is known as Ctenocephalus canis and cat flea is known as Ctenocephalus felis. You can see images of dog flea and cat flea. Sand fleas, also known as jigger fleas or chigo fleas. Important species is Tunga penetrans. Let's see details of rat fleas. Body of rat flea is divided into three parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. Head of the rat flea is conical in shape and it is attached to the thorax without neck. Head bears short, piercing mouth parts which helps the flea for blood sucking. Thorax has three segments and three pairs of legs. Abdomen consists of 10 segments. In female rat flea, there is presence of spermatheca in abdomen. This helps in identification of the species of rat fleas. Life history of rat fleas. There are 4 stages in the life history of fleas. It includes egg, larva, pupa, and adult stage. Egg stage. Eggs are small in size. They are ovoid in shape, white in color. Eggs of rat flea are deposited among the hairs of animal host. A female may lay down 2 to 6 eggs at one time, and in its entire lifetime, it may lay about 300 to 400 eggs. Within 2 to 7 days, eggs hatch into larvae. Next stage is larva. Larvae are also small. They are also whitish in color, but they do not have legs. There are 3 larval stages. Last stage spins cocoon. Larvae feed on organic matter and the blood present in the feces of adult flea. Duration of larval stage is about 2 weeks. Third stage in life history of rat flea is pupa. Pupa develops inside the cocoon and pupal stage remains for 1 to 2 weeks. Adult flea has 3 pairs of legs. Within 3 weeks, life cycle of rat flea gets completed. Lifespan of rat fleas in tropical areas, normal lifespan is about 1 month, but infected flea may survive for 1 year also, whereas in burrow microclimate, some species may survive even up to 4 years. Where we can find rat fleas? Rat fleas are found on their hosts, in the burrows, in the cracks and crevices, on the ground, even in the human dwellings, under the carpets, and in the nests. How these rat fleas gets transported? Rat fleas gets transported passively on their hosts or by transport vehicles or on the persons or in the luggage or by movement of goods like grain, gunny bags, etc. What are habits of rat fleas? Both sexes, like males as well as females, bites and takes blood meal. They feed once daily or sometimes they may feed more often. Rat fleas are wingless insects, so they cannot fly, but they can make jumps. They can make horizontal jumps or they can make vertical jumps. Horizontal jumps, rat flea can cover distance of about 6 inches. Vertical jumps, the distance covered in vertical jumps, it depends upon the states whether rat flea has starved or whether rat flea has gouged. If it is starved, it can cover distance of about 4 inches, and if it is gouged, it can cover distance of about 3 inches. Flea surveys. In rat flea survey, these flea indices are used. First is general flea index. It is average number of fleas of all species per rodent. Second index is specific flea index like species of Xenopsilla cheopsis index or Xenopsilla astia index. It is average number of fleas of specific species found per rodent. Third index is percentage incidence of specific flea species. It is percentage of fleas of each species found per rodent. Fourth index is rodent infestation rate. It is percentage of rodents infested with various species of rat fleas. Fifth index is burrow index. It is average number of free living fleas per species per rodent burrow. These flea indices are very useful indicators of occurrence of plague outbreak in plague endemic areas. Fleas and human diseases. The diseases transmitted by fleas includes bubonic plague, endemic typhus or marine typhus, shigellosis and hymenolithiasis. Mode of transmission. Fleas can transmit infection by biting, by mechanical transmission or through feces. Biting infected rat fleas can transmit infectious agent through bites. Example is Plague. When rat fleas infected with Yersinia pestis bites to human, they can transmit plague. Mechanical transmission. It occurs through proboscis if flea has taken recent blood meal from infected rodent. Transmission through feces. Fleas defecates while feeding. Fecal drop contains numerous bacilli, and when the host scratches over the flea bitten area, there is direct inoculation of infective agent. Control of fleas. Fleas can be controlled by using insecticides or by using repellents or by controlling rodents in our environment. For insecticidal control, insecticides like DDT, Linden, or Deldrin can be used. If resistance has developed to these insecticides, then we can use 2% diazinon or carbaryl or 5% malathion. Second control measure is use of repellents. Most effective repellents includes diethyl toluamide and benzyl benzoate. Clothes can be impregnated by using repellent diethyl toluamide. Third important aspect in control of fleas includes control of rodents. Rodents can be controlled by using anti-rodent measures. Sanitation measures. It includes proper collection and disposal of garbage, proper storage of foodstuffs, construction of rat-proof buildings, and elimination of rat burrows. Trapping of rats is effective anti-rodent measure. For controlling rodents, we can use rodenticides like zinc phosphide, barium carbonate, etc. We can do fumigation by using fumigants like carbon disulfide, sulfur dioxide, and cyanogas. Sand flea, it is also known as jigger flea or chigo flea. It is found in tropical regions of Africa and America. Sandy soil is favorable for growth of sand fleas. Host of sand fleas includes domestic animals. Sand flea of public health importance is Tunga penetrans. Fertilized female sand flea burrows into the skin of the feet. Most often, it affects the portion beneath the nail and causes ulcers. Tunga penetrans sand flea are responsible for causing tungiasis. Recap. In this video, we tried to understand fleas, different types of fleas, that is oriental rat fleas, temperate zone rat fleas, human fleas, dog and cat fleas, and sand fleas. Diseases transmitted by fleas includes bubonic plague, endemic or marine typhus, shigellosis, and hymenolithiasis. We also discussed sand flea, important species Tunga penetrans, responsible for causing tungiasis. Ticks belongs to the order Acarina and phylum Arthropod. What are ticks? Ticks are blood-sucking ectoparasites of vertebrate animals. There are two important families, Ixodidae and Ergasidae. Ixodidae, that is hard ticks, and Ergasidae, that is soft ticks. These two families includes different genera and species of ticks which are important from public health point of view. In this slide, you can see hard tick and soft tick. If you observe carefully, you can see head part of the hard tick. Head part, it is also known as capitulum. This is visible at anterior end of hard tick, whereas the head part or capitulum, it is not visible in the soft tick. Can we differentiate between hard ticks and soft ticks? Yes. Hard ticks, on their dorsal surface, they have chitinous shield. This is known as scutum. So scutum, it is present on dorsal surface in hard ticks, whereas it is absent in soft ticks. Let's see different types of hard ticks that we can find in India. In this image, you can see Dermacentor. This hard tick, it commonly infests domestic animals like dogs and cattle. In this slide, you can see another hard tick, that is Hyloma. It also infests commonly domestic animals, dogs and cattle. This is Emblyoma hard tick. It is Buphyllus hard tick. We can commonly find it on cattle. These are another important hard ticks we can find in India. First one you can see is Rhipicephalus, and second image you can see it is Haemophysalis. It is image of soft tick. It is known as Ornithodorus maubata. Life history of ticks. It includes 4 stages: egg, larva, nymph and adult. Let's see first stage, that is egg. Hard ticks, they lay eggs which are about hundreds to thousand at one sitting, whereas soft ticks lay eggs in batches of 20 to 100 over a long period. In 1 to 3 days, these eggs hatch into next stage known as larva. Larva of tick has 3 pairs of legs. They require blood meal, and duration of larval stage may vary from 3 days to 13 days. Next stage in the development is nymph. Nymph stage resembles to the adult stage and it has 4 pairs of legs. Nymph, like larva, also require blood meal. There is only one nymphal stage in life history of hard tick, whereas there are 5 nymphal stages in life history of soft ticks. Final stage in life history of ticks is adult. The time required for development from egg stage to the adult stage, it is about 2 months in case of hard ticks, whereas it is about 9 to 10 months in case of soft ticks. On an average, adult ticks may survive for 1 year or more. Hard ticks, they have shorter life than soft ticks. Let's see most important aspect, that is public health importance of ticks. What are the diseases transmitted by hard ticks? Dermacentor hard tick can transmit tick typhus like Rocky Mountain spotted fever, viral fevers like Colorado tick fever, tularemia and tick paralysis. Hard tick Hyloma can transmit Crimean Congo viral hemorrhagic fever. Amblyoma hard tick is an important vector of Rocky Mountain spotted fever and tularemia. Haemophysalis spinigera, it transmits KFD, that is Kaisanur forest disease, and Rhipicephalus heart tick, it transmits human babesiosis. Soft tick, that is Ornithodorus maubata, it is an important vector of relapsing fever, Q fever, and KFD. How to control ticks? There are three important measures. These measures includes insecticidal control, environmental control, and protection of workers. Regarding first two measures, that is insecticidal control and environmental control, I had discussed it in another video on trombiculid mite. So now let's discuss here how to protect workers. Protection of workers requires appropriate training of workers. So these workers which are working in tick infested areas, they should be trained for self-examination to find presence of ticks on their body or in the clothes. This examination should be carried out during lunch break and at the end of work. During examination, if ticks are found, they should be promptly removed. This can be done by painting tick with petrol paraffin and removing the tick carefully. Complete tick should be removed, including its mouth part. Mites are also known as chiggers. General appearance of mites resembles to the ticks. From public health standpoint, two mites are important. It includes trombiculid mite and itch mite. Trombiculid mites are spider-like arthropods, and they further includes two important species. It is Leptotrombidium deliens and Leptotrombidium akamushi. Here you can see images of these two species of trombiculid mites, that is Leptotrombidium deliens and Leptotrombidium akamushi. Life history of trombiculid mites consists of four stages. These are egg, larva, nymph, and adult. Eggs are laid singly. Larva, it is pale orange in color and it has 3 pairs of legs. Nymph, it is brick red in color and it has 4 pairs of legs. Adult trombiculid mite has 4 pairs of legs. Entire lifespan of trombiculid mite is 6 months. In this slide, you can see all 4 stages of life history of trombiculid mites, that is egg, larva, nymph and adult stage. Let's see diseases transmitted by trombiculid mites. Trombiculid mites transmits scrub typhus and rickettsial pox. Scrub typhus, it is caused by Rickettsia susugamushi, and rickettsial pox, it is caused by Rickettsia acari. Control of trombiculid mites includes insecticidal control, environmental control and protection of workers. Insecticidal control, it includes dusting or spraying of insecticides. We can use insecticides like DDT, Linden, Chlordane, Deldrine, Malathion or Toxafen. Environmental control, it includes filling of cracks and crevices in the ground which are near houses or which are near buildings. Protection of workers. It includes use of protective clothing impregnated with an insect repellent. The best insect repellents are diethyl toluamide, benzyl benzoate, and indalone. To recall, we studied trombiculid mites, two important species, Leptotrombidium deliens, Leptotrombidium akamoshi. These species may carry Rickettsia susugamushi and may cause scrub typhus, or these trombiculid mites may carry Rickettsia acari and can cause rickettsial pox. Arthropod, itch mite, and disease caused by this arthropod named as scabies. Itch mite belongs to the family Sarcoptidae. There are two important genera known as Sarcoptes and Acaris. Important species includes Sarcoptes scabi and Acaris scabi. Genus Sarcoptes can cause infestation in both humans as well as animals. Simply, we can call itch mite as human itch mite and animal itch mite. Animal itch mite cannot develop on human skin. Here you can see human itch mite. It is female mite which burrows into epidermis or stratum corneum and lays eggs in the burrow. So if you observe carefully, you can find presence of female mite as well as eggs which are present in the burrow. Characteristic feature of itch mite infestation is presence of burrows in human skin where mainly superficial layer is affected. There are 4 stages in life history of an itch mite. These stages includes egg, larva, nymph and adult. First stage in the life history of itch mite is egg stage. The female burrows within the stratum corneum and lays eggs in the burrow. Every day, 2 to 3 eggs are laid down by the female. A single female may lay up to 30 eggs, and ultimately, this female dies at the end of the burrow. Within 3 to 4 days, these eggs hatch into next stage, that is larvae. Larva has 3 pairs of legs, and in about 3 days larva matures into nymph. Nymphal stage remains for 6 to 8 days and it develops into adult mite. Adult mite has 4 pairs of legs, 2 pairs are front pairs and 2 pairs are hind pairs. Time required for completion of life cycle from egg stage to the adult stage is about 10 to 15 days. Lifespan of adult mite is 1 to 2 months. Adult mite measures 0.4 millimeter in size. It has body which is rounded above and flattened below, so it appears like that of tortoise. Adult mite has 4 pairs of legs, 2 front pairs ends into suckers. Suckers are long tubular processes and The hind legs end in long bristles. The male has suckers on all the legs except third pair of legs. It helps to distinguish it from female mite. Body of each mite do not show demarcation into cephalothorax or abdomen. The body surface it is thrown into folds and it is covered with short bristles. Now let's try to understand human scabies. Human scabies is caused by infestation with human itch mite, that is Sarcoptes scabi. Human scabies shows global prevalence. What is mode of transmission for scabies? Scabies may get transmitted by close contact or even through contaminated clothes. Close contact with infested person plays major role in transmission of scabies. Even sometimes scabies may be acquired from contaminated clothes and bed linen. Symptoms of scabies. Most characteristic symptom of scabies is intense itching. Itching is especially present at night. Another important feature of scabies is rash. You can observe papular rash or pustular rash with scab formation or with crusts. What are the common sites of lesions in scabies patients? In case of older children or in case of adults, lesions are mainly seen on hands, wrists, extensor aspect of elbows, or in case of females, breast may get involved, whereas in case of males, genitals may get affected. In infants and younger children, in addition to the above mentioned sites, lesions can be observed in axilla, on lower abdomen, on the buttocks or feet, ankles, palms, soles, and even scalp or face may get involved. In this slide, you can see few sites of lesions of scabies. Diagnosis of scabies. The main diagnostic features of scabies are presence of scabies infestation in other family members, intense itching which is worse at night, secondary infection showing crusted papules or pustules, presence of follicular lesions at the affected site. Confirmation of diagnosis includes microscopic detection of each mite from skin smears. For control of scabies, we can use sarcopticides or scabicides agents. Examples includes benzyl benzoate, HCH, tetmosol and sulfur ointment. 25% benzyl benzoate is most effective sarcopticide. How it should be used? It should be applied to the skin below the chin. It should be allowed to dry. It can be repeated after 12 hours, but only 2 applications are done in 1 week. HCH, that is hexachlorocyclohexane, it is used in the strength of 0.5% to 1%. It is mixed with coconut oil or any vegetable oil and it is rubbed on the affected part of the skin. If required, it can be repeated after 2 to 3 days. 5% tetmosol solution can be used. It can be applied to the skin 3 times in a day. Another option is sulfur ointment. We can use 2.5% to 10% sulfur ointment. It can be applied daily for 4 days. Redoweed bugs and cyclops. It is an image of redoweed bug. These bugs are also known as cone nose bugs. These are blood-sucking insects. They are larger in size. They may have more than 1 inch length. Adult redoweed bugs, they have wings. Redoweed bugs are found in India, but in India they are not involved in transmission of disease. Habits of redoweed bugs. Where these bugs live, these bugs can live in cracks, fissures, or other hiding places which are present in the walls of the houses or in the ceilings of the houses. They can also live in animal habitations and nests. Redoweed bugs live in these places and move out only for feeding purpose. What is public health importance of redoweed bugs? These bugs are involved in transmission of Chagas disease, which is also known as American trypanosomiasis. American trypanosomiasis, it is caused by Trypanosoma cruzi. American trypanosomiasis, it is seen in Mexico, in Central America and in South America. How to control redoweed bugs? These bugs can be controlled by doing residual spraying with insecticides. For 1 square meter area, we can use 0.5 gram of HCH, that is hexachlorocyclohexane, or for the same area we can use 1 gram of Deldrine. Now let's see another arthropod, that is cyclop. Cyclop is also known as water flea. It is found in fresh water. It can swim in water, and while swimming it shows characteristic jerky movements. Cyclop is tiny arthropod. It is less than 1 millimeter in length. It is pear-shaped and it has transparent body. Cyclop has 5 pairs of legs, 2 pairs of antennae and small pigmented eye. Cyclop has forked tail. What is meaning of forked tail? It means tail is divided into 2 parts and it appears like letter Y. Lifespan of cyclop is about 3 months. Diseases transmitted by cyclops includes dracunculiasis and diphyllobothriasis. Dracunculiasis, it is also known as guinea worm disease. It is caused by Dracunculus medinensis or it is caused by guinea worm. Diphyllobothriasis, it is caused by Diphyllobothrium latum, which is fish tapeworm. In this slide, you can see causative agent of dracunculiasis, that is Dracunculus medinensis. There is image of male guinea worm and female guinea worm. Female guinea worm is longer than male. In another image, you can see causative agent of diphyllobothriasis, that is D. latum or fish tapeworm. Please note the length of this tapeworm. Control of cyclops includes physical control, chemical control and biological control. Physical control includes straining and boiling of water. Chemical control includes use of chlorine, lime or abate. Biological control includes use of fish which feeds on cyclops. Physical methods includes straining and boiling of water. These methods are useful for individual protection. Straining of water is done by using a piece of fine cloth. Second method is boiling. Cyclops are readily killed by heat at 60 degrees Celsius. Therefore, process of boiling effectively kills the cyclops present in drinking water. For chemical control of cyclops, we can use chlorine, lime, and abate. Chlorine is used in the strength of 5 ppm. ppm means parts per million. ppm can also be expressed as milligram per liter. So, the amount of chlorine which is used for controlling of cyclops is 5 milligrams for 1 liter of water. Chlorine destroys cyclops as well as it destroys larvae of guinea worm. Lime can be used for controlling cyclops. Dose of lime is 4 gram for 1 gallon of water. 1 gallon is equal to 4.5 liters of water. So, for 4.5 liters of water, we can use 4 grams of lime. Abate, it is most effective insecticide which is used in controlling cyclops. For 1 liter of water, 1 milligram of abate is used. Abate and lime both kills the cyclops. Biological control of cyclops includes use of fish which feeds on cyclops. For biological control of cyclops, we can use Gambusia fish and barbel fish. We discussed an arthropod, redovid bug, responsible for transmission of Trypanosoma cruzi, which can cause American trypanosomiasis, and we discussed cyclops, which can transmit guinea worm, causing guinea worm disease, or which can transmit fish tapeworm, causing diphyllobothriasis. Let's proceed further and see different insecticides which are used to control arthropods or vectors. Insecticides are substances which are used to kill insects. Pesticides is a general term that includes insecticides, fungicides, rodenticides, herbicides, disinfectants, repellents, and other chemicals used for the control of pests. Insecticides are classified into 3 groups. These 3 groups includes contact poisons, stomach poisons, and fumigants. Contact poisons are those poisons which kill insects primarily by contact. Contact poisons are further subclassified as natural contact poisons and synthetic contact poisons. Natural contact poisons includes pyrethrum, nicotine, rotenone, and mineral oils. Synthetic contact poisons further includes 3 groups. Group 1 is organochlorine compounds, Group 2 is organophosphorus compounds, and Group 3 includes carbamates. Stomach poisons. Stomach poisons are those poisons which, when ingested, cause the death of insects. Examples of stomach poisons includes Paris green and sodium fluoride. Fumigants. Fumigants are those which give off vapors which have lethal effect on the insects. Examples includes sulfur dioxide, hydrogen cyanide, methyl bromide, and carbon disulfate. Synthetic contact poisons or The insecticides which are commonly used nowadays are classified into three groups. Group 1 includes organochlorine compounds, Group 2 includes organophosphorus compounds, and Group 3 includes carbamates. Examples of organochlorine compounds includes DDT, BHC, linden, chlordane, heptachlor, methoxychlor, aldrin, deldrin, toxaphene, capone, and Mirex. Examples of organophosphorus compounds includes malathion, parathion, methylparathion, phenethion, chlorthion, diazinon, ronil, abate, chlorpyrifos, etc. And examples of carbamates includes carbaryl, OMS 33, dimethylan, and pyrolan.